Hi everybody, how are you doing? So I am coming on to just say hello. Um, and I lost my little dog, so I've just been taking care of myself around that. And yeah, now I'm ready to come back more consistently and do yoga practice with you and talk about the ancient philosophic theories that arise throughout my practice and the people that I connect with in my community. So one of the things that actually came up through not only me losing my dog, which he had a long life, and I actually only knew him for 2 years out of his 13 years, but so we can be grateful for his long life and that we met. But I did a pretty intense workshop with about 2,000 plus people yesterday, and it was amazing. And it was in honor of the summer solstice, and then it just so happened we have a new moon and a solar eclipse all at the same time. And I know that I've done some moon practice with you, not a ton, we're going to do more, but I really enjoy like the rhythm of the moon and living with the cycles of the moon, and something that I don't talk about a lot, but like new moons bring new beginnings, and we can set our intentions for the energy behind it. And I know a lot of people can sometimes feel skeptical of these concepts, and they can feel a little out there and too spiritual, and that's totally fine. Like, do what resonates with you. But it is physics. There is a scientific explanation behind energy and the moon and how we relate on Earth and us as organisms, and being in connection and having an awareness with the cycles of the moon has been extremely helpful for me. And solar eclipses are so powerful, as well as lunar. But what really has been resonating with me, and I've just kind of been processing it and doing like practices around it, is how the new moon is an opportunity for us to really sit with what we're feeling. And in one of my yoga communities that I just joined that I love so much, and I'll talk more about later, we talked about really allowing ourselves to face all of our emotions, right? So not living in this facade of projecting happiness and joy if it's not real. And I always believe like feeling something to release it, feeling to release to heal is kind of what I say. But this yoga practitioner, Jaidev, actually, I will actually just post his website down below in the link below this video. So you can check him out. He's amazing, and he and his wife just do really amazing work. Talk about power couple. They are on point, and they're doing such great things all around the world. But one thing that I thought might be helpful to share, just that had like a really positive impact, is how suffering can be purifying. Okay, so this doesn't mean like if you don't have enough food or money or water, or you're in a bad situation, in a bad relationship, or you're not safe. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about feeling your emotions, and how the way to transmute that dense energy is to really to allow yourself to step into it, to feel it, and you can work with it, like almost like an alchemist. I always like to think of it as like using your challenge as a way to propel you forward. So like taking that energy, like anger can be a really powerful energy if we channel it the right way. So through meditation, we can really sit with what we're feeling. And right now in this transformational time in the world and humanity and society, and just like on a global scale, we have so much going on. And it can be challenging. People, a lot of people may want to run, or they don't know how to adapt, or they don't want to sit and feel. And I just think, like, personally, and this is just my opinion, but this is such a transformational time for the whole world, society, humanity. We're reevaluating our lives. We have an opportunity to, those of us who are fortunate to, like, still be healthy and have enough means financially, to have the time to really just be with ourselves and learn tools and learn new ways to elevate and transform and transmute the dense energy into a higher vibration of frequency, which is ultimately love, right? So that's kind of been like my theme and like my whole, I don't know if I want to say mission, but like during quarantine, I have had the gift of time to work on my creative endeavors, but I've also taken on this huge journey of spirituality and yoga and just really looking at my energy and the energy of the people around me, and just have really resonated with this whole idea of allowing yourself to feel the dense energy and emotions is actually what will purify them and raise your vibration so that you can love. And I guess I'm just able to articulate it better now because I processed it, and because Jaidev is so incredibly well spoken, and he's able to articulate the different frequencies of energy, and like me, he likes to apply actual science to yogic practice and spirituality, and we can go into that more, but like Newton's law of relativity and all of those things are what make yoga make sense to the scientific mind. And basically, we are all energy, our bodies are energy. And I just want to encourage people, and I will give you any advice that I can, or any ideas for like ways to take care of yourself within allowing yourself to feel the dense emotions or energy if you have it. And some people may not even, this might not even resonate or might not even apply to you at all. But like for me, it was like I got so sad about people who are suffering, people who are sick, and I've always kind of been that way, like this compassion for like people who don't have food and water, and people in abusive situations, and so like I found myself like feeling the energy of the suffering of the world, and that's when I decided like, okay, it's time for me to really take care of myself within this and to rise up to a level of love where I can just like help people with a yoga practice and a meditation practice, and maybe try to be a support for somebody, and that's been really amazing. And so for me, yeah, there was a lot of different things that I felt during quarantine and that I still feel, and it's worked for me, is what I'm trying to say. Like I could have probably just come on here and said, hey, you should feel what you're feeling to allow yourself to heal from it, but I just really love this idea. Like I'll say it again, it's like the dense energy, the negative emotions that we have need to be felt in order to be purified from our being. And once we do that, what we do is we create more space for love, more space for abundance. And this is also like something that was reinforced really strongly in my workshop yesterday, of like the ideas of boundless love, boundless compassion, boundless joy, and boundless impartiality. And we are this like container or vehicle, and we can, it's just like infinite, like how much love and positivity you can feel and exist in and spread, and we don't even need to talk about it. But the healing does need to happen to raise our vibration, and it's just like we can all be in joy, in love, and compassion, and it's endless. Like there's no like, as Jai Dev said yesterday, like we're not going to run out of a supply of joy and love. So like we don't need to, he was talking about like the far enemy of love and compassion and the near enemy, and like jealousy is a big one. And it's interesting, like because jealousy usually sparked when you see joy and beauty or something in somebody that you don't have that you want. But we can all have it. But I think that the key of what I'm trying to say, again, is coming back to the new moon of like, that's when the moon is in shadow, right? We don't have light reflecting back to our earth from the sun. And so this whole concept for the ancient yogis of this is the time when we can look at our shadow. You know, there's a lot of like theories about like our shadow side, and everyone has a shadow side, and I'm not really going to get into that. Like I haven't read too much about it anyway to talk about it, but it's a time for us to release density is what I'm saying. And if you need if this resonates with you and you feel like, yeah, shit, I'm actually really fucking angry or sad or scared about my future, or whatever the case may be, or I'm pissed off with this leader, or I don't know, whatever it is, and you feel like yoga and meditation and exercise and breath work is something that would work for you, and writing exercises, sorry, it's getting cold, and that kind of thing, then you can reach out to me and I will share with you my experience, and I will continue to share with you on the Ancient Roots channel. So yeah, and the other thing is I am thinking about, and I would love to hear people's feedback, so please leave a message below here, or DM me, or whatever, send me a text or an email if you want to do yoga live. And if I have enough interest, what we'll do is a Zoom class, and then that way we can actually like engage and interact with each other. It could be hard just because of the all the different time zones of the people that we're all like connected with in this, and that's kind of why I chose to do the yoga on YouTube, because then there's like a catalog for you guys to revisit even if you're not available when we're live. But as you may or may not know, I'm not the most technologically advanced person, but I'm learning, and what I can do is have like my two platforms, so we can do Zoom and YouTube simultaneously. And yeah, so if you're interested, I am going to start, you know what, maybe I'll just run a Zoom class and put the link up. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to run a Zoom class and put the link up, and if you're familiar with Zoom, you'll just click on the meeting ID for the time, and then I'll see if there will be a password or not, and then I'll like announce what the password is if there is one. And yeah, we can just meet on Zoom and go from there and see how it goes. That's what I'm going to do. And if you don't know how to use Zoom, I am not the best person to teach you about how to do that, but you would just like, I've always was invited to Zoom, so you just are going to click on the link. So I'm going to put an invitation to a yoga class on Zoom, and I will post it on Instagram and Facebook, and maybe I'll email it to whoever I have your emails. And yeah, let's try and connect like in real time, because it's just so powerful, and I'll continue to do like the live classes on YouTube, and I know that people dip in and out of that, but I just think as the person guiding the class, it's nice for me to be able to see you and to be able to help you, and for us to be able to connect and talk, and like at the end we can discuss like how your experience was, and also just as somebody who has popped in and out of someone's live class, it holds us more accountable when we're on Zoom, because I can see you come on and leave. So it's fine if you want to leave if you don't like the class, or you just have to leave for whatever reason. But a lot of the time, like, we'll get tired, or we just don't feel that committed, or we'll just be like, oh, we'll check it out and see what's going on. I'm not quite dressed for it, or I don't know where my yoga mat is. Whereas, like, I think that having a Zoom meeting class will bring a little more structure. So let's do that. And yeah, happy new moon, happy solstice. We now have, like, from now until 6 months from now, until the winter solstice. So set your goals, set your intentions, and I wish you all a beautiful journey. If I don't connect with you through yoga or through ancient roots or whatever the case might be, I'm sending so much love, and I really hope that you're all being safe and well. And yeah, if you do resonate with what I'm saying, let me know. And I know I just thought of, like, a conversation I had with a friend one time about, like, being scared to allow yourself to feel what you're feeling and, like, running from it and keeping yourself busy. And Jaidev just talked about, like, you can't run from something because it'll come back stronger, and that's physics. And he had mentioned it in reference to, like, you can't found a country on genocide and slavery and expect it to never come backlashing on you, and it's all energy and it's all energetic. So I'm not here to preach, I'm just here to help people who this might resonate with. And all I can say is, like, I've never felt this much self-love, self-worth, self-value, and there's a lot of reasons for it, but a lot of it is because I allowed myself to go within and actually be real with myself about what's going on, and then have the discipline and diligence to have a practice and take care of myself around what I need. And it's a lifetime journey. It's like there's no end to it, and I'm gonna make mistakes and fuck up and have hard times and challenges like any human on this planet will. But or maybe not. But I'm being real with myself, and I know that the reality of that. But I'm just saying, if you want to go on the journey of healing and deep love and raising your vibration and raising your joy and your compassion for others, then let's do it. And if you want to do it with me and, like, lots of other people, I have, like, I'm gonna mention Jaidev in this down below. And then there's a lot of other people who work in spirituality who are far more advanced and more they just have, like, a longer, deeper practice than me. Like, Jaidev's been practicing for 20 years, and yeah, I've been practicing for a long time, but not as consistently. So it's always nice, no matter what you're practicing, to find someone who is more experienced than you, and maybe you'll have more experience in some areas and share. But I just think it's nice to have, like, a few different people that you resonate with, that you feel good with, that can help you raise your vibration during this time, because it is an opportunity for transformation. But yes, we have to do the work, and it's not always easy. But right now I'm just saying, if you allow yourself to feel and to do the work, you will set yourself up for more love than you can ever imagine. So yeah. It was a bit longer than I anticipated. I thought I would pop on, but that's how this whole thing rolls. I just, like, spontaneously come on and start talking, and I don't always know where it's gonna go. But let's end it with, like, look at this beautiful view. Spend time in nature too if you can. Total advocate. Okay. I love you all so much, and be well, take good care of yourself, and let's stay connected, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Big, big love.